I don't know how bad he got, but he ran a fever. But he's better. Right? Is that the other issue we're going to talk about?
Mr. Corona, welcome to Political Radar. I'm glad you're here.
Thank you. Thanks for the invitation.
Of course. I'm eager to talk to you. You have been the longest serving school board member here since 1981.
Yes, sir.
Of all of the years that you have served and of all the circumstances that have come and gone, how does 2020 stack up against them?
This is number one.
Number one.
This is number one. Challenges that will continue this year. For us, for me, it's for the superintendent, it's how do we stay open? And we're in sort of this situation where we now have high school students on remote learning through the end of the semester. Hopefully we bring them back for those who want to be back in our buildings in January. And then we have our elementary and middle school students following their option, whether that's remote learning or into school. You know, and it's interesting because we get a weekly count of what our COVID infection rates are for students and teachers. They're very low, but enough still to cause all of this commotion and chaos in our buildings.
You have such a diverse district, so many students from so many backgrounds, cultural, economical, different circumstances, and the way they have been learning has been disrupted this year. What concerns you the most about the way they're learning?
Well, it's not the way that education was intended to be. You know, and we're like, adults are like this too. I mean, I've been invited to day-long conferences online, and do you think I stick around for the entire day? Absolutely not. It's not the way information is disseminated and information is received. This is tough, Brian. We've lost 900 kids this year. You know, they claim to be homeschooling for some of them, but some families have just given up. It's just too hard for them, and I understand it. But this is going to be a tough year for kids in advancing what they know. And we're just going to have to understand that.
900 students you've lost, you said,
right,
to probably this difficulty
yes,
in connecting and learning. How do you go about bringing them back and trying to track them down?
Well, we have made those calls, and we're trying to figure out, hi, how are you? When are we going to see you again? What are you doing? You know, some of them give us answers, some of them not. We have 15,000 kids in the state of Indiana who did not show up for school this year. So somehow we're going to have to be patient. We're going to have to work on them, work on getting them back. Yeah. I don't know how much more we can do to bring them back into this learning environment. It's not the same as it was last year.
In a matter of weeks, when aid runs out, some families will be forced out of their homes, right, evicted, unless Congress takes action. Are you worried about even more children falling off, so to speak, falling behind?
Yeah, it's going to be exacerbated by people who are forced out of their homes and apartments and trying really to satisfy those basic requirements in their life. Education may not be at the top of the ladder, and I understand that. So, you know, it's going to be a cold winter. We still have lots of challenges, and people are excited. Well, you know, we've got the vaccine. We're not going to see the full effects of the vaccine for 4 or 5 months.
Will the COVID-19 vaccine be mandatory for staff in the district?
I don't know. I would think not. I would think that we would have to allow individuals to make that decision. I would take it, but I don't know if every teacher feels the same way. Some people are concerned that you know, Pfizer and the other pharmaceutical company guarantees 90% effectiveness on their shot. We may have people who are concerned that that level is not higher, so I don't think we could mandate that.
There are some vaccines that children are generally required to get.
Right.
Do you think the students in the district will be required to get
I don't
the
know.
vaccine?
And that may be an issue that the state's going to have to take a look at, even the county health departments.
Mm-hmm.
But that's an interesting question. Haven't thought about that.
Given the circumstances that families are in right now, the parents and the students, if you could talk to them right now, those who are really struggling, what would you tell them?
Hang on. I think they have to find the beauty of every day. I think they need to find people in their neighborhood, in their family, to help support them. I live on a block where we've had, when it was warmer, weekly outdoor concerts. And so we would gather on our lawns and listen to a couple of songs at 7 p.m. every day. It brought our block together. And I would hope that what our families see as they're struggling through this period is to find that friend, find that solace in their family, in their neighborhood, in their school building that they can share. This is a difficult time in our country's history. And I know there's a lot of emotional stress that people are going through. It's a tough time.